My name's Ginny Loyser. I'm from Buxton, down in Brigands Bay. We moved down in 2002 to retire here to fish, boat, and just lay back and enjoy ourselves. And around 2003, Superintendent Belly started closing everything up big time. After Isabel, they wanted to leave most of the beaches closed according to their Isabel Storm, I can't remember the name of it now. The Isabels, they had a post-Isabel report, and they wanted to leave pretty much most of what was closed and suggested that we return everything to natural processes. And this was authored by U.S. Fish and Wildlife, Park Service, North Carolina Wildlife was on it, and then they said no, they weren't on it, and then when I queried them further on it, they said yes, we are, but only as far as it relates to the birds, which was 90% of it. Shortly after that, as we all know, Belly left. We had a couple changes of command. They have been trying to get a ORV plan that satisfies executive orders that were issued in 72 and 78 done. In the meantime, SELC, Defenders of Wildlife, and Audubon have been busy filing one lawsuit after another and harassing, as far as I'm concerned, harassing the Park Service. Remember 2006 or 2005, every time they did a bird closure, they had about 30 people out there from both sides so they could say that they talked to everybody. In other words, nobody was really running the park. They were trying to keep everybody happy, and that's basically this last lawsuit. What happened was the Department of Interior attorneys immediately were willing to negotiate some kind of settlement. Why is a matter of speculation. Some say that the Department of Interior told them make it go away. If that's not what they told them, that's sure the way it ended up. They just caved, bargained right over, and Dare County was brought in to the active participation at the very last minute, and basically, under threat of closing down all the beaches, didn't really have a whole heck of a lot of choice. Additional information is found on preserveaccess.com, I think is the Dare County site. .org, okay, and Cape Hatteras Anglers Club.org. Spell it all out, no spaces. There's significant information on there, and sometime I'm hoping by the end of next week or the week thereafter I will have a whole timeline that shows how all of it interrelates in terms of the interim plan that was designed specifically to bridge the gap to the ORV plan, the critical habitat, which we're back in court on, and the Bonner Bridge. And it's a 4-column timeline, and you can draw your own conclusions, but I think it's pretty obvious when you look at it what's going on. There is predator control. I haven't really tracked the numbers. They are doing the predator control, but I don't know. From everything I've ever seen anybody do on predator control, every time they go after one species, it seems they inevitably create a problem where they somehow unintentionally take away some kind of national predator and then have to go cull down another species, et cetera, et cetera.
It's like our foreign policy. Sorry.
Which just doesn't seem, I haven't seen anybody get their science together and know what they're really doing and not somehow create some other kind of problem. There is nothing, when they keep yelling about natural processes, there's absolutely nothing natural on this island anymore ever since they put the dunes up. The dunes were created during the Depression. This pond back here, right by ramp 44, that's a man-made pond. Normally the water will wash over and wash out. Well, it doesn't. It gets caught in the pond, and the more it washes in, the deeper the pond gets. I think the one by 43 is also man-made. The one that's formed off of the one here at 44 is probably wouldn't be there if it weren't for the big pond, because it channels all the water in there. I mean, we have ephemeral ponds that come and go, but that's it. They come and go.
Well,
these are staying here. And actually, last couple of years, they had good fledge rates on the piping plovers back there. We had the drought, and then we had 2 nice dry summers, and that pond dried up and gave them some good food source. This year, so far, that pond is still all the way out to the beach. Unless that dries up this year, I'd be very surprised if we get any kind of decent fledge rates this year because their food source is not there. I better before now I get another bird and have to release it. Go check these lines.
All right. Thank you for your time.